Hello, guys. This is White Wolf, and I wanted to talk about becoming the projection of the illusion that you want to project in the generation of energy, becoming the motherboard of creation, and really allowing yourself in this moment to see that you can bend reality, space, and time by the very nature of being a deliberate creator. Allowing yourself to see yourself as a deliberate creator is seeing yourself deliberately creating the illusion that you want to project into awareness, generating the appearances, the circumstances, and the experiences inside of that, and allowing yourself to really use your energy as a way of channeling the divinity inside of yourself in this moment. So being the projection of the illusion is allowing yourself to change and to move and be the intermediary of your own reality, meaning that you have choice, that you have somewhat control over your reality, but you're not controlling your reality as a way of manipulation or deception. But you're actually generating an illusion and you're generating an appearance of light that's inside of this awareness. So every time that you deliberately create, you're allowing yourself to see yourself encompass in a much different light in this moment because you're generating optics within the illusion and allowing yourself to use empowerment as a way of changing the energy in the current and the flow and the generation of energy when you're becoming the projection of the illusion itself. So allowing yourself to see yourself as God, being aware before it's even aware, and allowing yourself to be aware of the illusion that presents itself, and being able to morph and shapeshift into that reality beyond space and time, and allowing yourself in this moment to change the expression of the validation or the confirmation or the signs or the miracles that you experience on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis, meaning that you generate the illusion that you want to become in that moment. And you allow yourself to collapse dimensional ley lines and timelines and experiences in different aspects of yourself because you're morphing into and changing into more of the higher self. So the illusion of God is to see that it's not an object or a concept or an explanation, but it is God realizing itself within you as being that mirror reflection, as reflecting source back into your creation and allowing that to change and to mold and to be consecrated in that faith of that awareness. Because now you've taken the limitation or the false identification of yourself in that moment. So projecting as the illusion is projecting exactly what the fuck you want. So sometimes it's just talking about what do you want out of life? What do you want out of existence? Who do you want to be in this moment? Do you want to be the essence of source energy in this moment? It's asking yourself, how can I make this the most expanded moment? How can I make this the best reality, timeline, and the best scope of energy? Allowing myself to be the motherboard of creation, but allowing myself to be a portal and a gateway and a vortex that allows me to project the illusion that I am at this moment in time. It allows you to become that because you're not latching on to anything or having a perceived attachment to anything. So your energy becomes more autonomous. It becomes more known of the very fact that you are energy, but your steady flow of energy, your oneness, your acceptance, but your illusion, meaning that you can change and shapeshift into anything that you want to shapeshift and morph into. So illusion has no limitation. That's why God is an illusion. So we see ourselves as an illusion. So yes, we're all, in a sense, living out our own experiences and appearances and delusions. So it's kind of understanding, like, if we are that truth and that resonance and that illusion in that moment, then we can change it. We can morph into it. We can grow into the understanding that it's an ongoing progression of infinity. So seeing yourself as God is not seeing yourself as a tree, a solid object, or a concept, or even just love, but it's seeing yourself as everything that represents that it wants to become in the I am presence. The presence is aware of its own self. It's aware of its own nature. It's aware of its own consciousness. So when we change the emotions, the thoughts, the sense perceptions, the current, the direction, the theme in our life, the story, we're not attached to that same story anymore, and it becomes a different story, a different chapter. So in with the old and out with the new. And a lot of us see ourselves as a projection of energy, of illusion, of consciousness. But everything else is an illusion itself, and we have to see through it. Our circumstances, our life progression, the relationships that we have, the experiences that we experience on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis are a reflection of what we want to do. So it's kind of like when you don't want to do something, that is your emotional guidance system and your trigger of energy triggering you and letting you know that's what you're supposed to do. So sometimes when we put things off or we're not wanting to do something, that's usually the thing that lets us know that we need to do it. So it's kind of like seeing ourselves as a projection, but seeing ourselves as a creator, as a realization, and seeing ourselves in a way that we can shift the space-time reality, slowing down time and speeding it up whenever we want to. The reason why we do this is that we don't feel like we're stuck in a memory or in the reminiscence of a moment. So a lot of you have memories. A lot of you, we understand that there's thousands upon thousands of pixels in this creation in many different configurations and signatures in this illusion. So we have endless possibilities. We have an infinite realm of possibilities of different configurations of energy. So we're not limited in that fact, and we're not limited in that understanding of that. But the one thing that we might feel limited of is the very fact that we feel like we are a person living inside of this illusion. That is the illusion to see through. The biggest illusion to see through is to see God within yourself, to see God within everything, and to see yourself as the image of the I Am Presence. That's the illusion, and that's the kicker of this experience that we're having. It means that we have the ability to shapeshift into anything, to be anything. It's kind of like when you were a kid and they asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up, and the same person that asked you that question, or the kid that you once were, was the reflection of Source speaking through you and to you and demonstrating to you. So just because that kid did not have that realization, that inner child did not have that realization, doesn't mean that it wasn't God. But now you've awakened and you see that you're kind of recalling back that time when you were 6 years old and you heard that question and you were aware of that question, and that question sparked something in you of imagination. But it was the same 6-year-old that was speaking to you and demonstrating to you. The person, the place, the thing, it doesn't matter because it still was an illusion. So we realize that all of the things that we've attracted to ourselves in our lives and the things that have happened for a reason. That's what's beautiful about it, is that it all happened for a reason so that we could come to the understanding that we can literally change reality, space, time, feeling, state, living in a guided meditation with the very fact that we are the projection of God, of illusion, of creation. So then there's an epiphany, there's a self-realization, there's an understanding that we are Source manifested in human form. We are creation, we are God, we are feelings, we are happiness, we are love, we are reminiscence. But we're not living in the past of that moment, but we're living in the present of the future, simultaneously, past, future, present, happening all the time, everywhere. So it's kind of like understanding that nothing is really done or finished in this reality. It was funny because a person asked me when I was doing readings last night, and I was thinking to myself, she asked me, is this the last 25 years of existence? And I told her, no, because there's always a reason to exist within the light of Source. And if the light of Source ceased to exist, then we would all go up in a flash. Nothing would exist, it would all stop. And then we wouldn't really know what happened. Because the way that they find phenomenon or develop scientific evidence is a way of generating a hypothesis using instruments. But you realize that another illusion that we see through is that we are that divine instrument, and we're allowing ourselves to channel that within our own experience. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like the very fact that we are the divine instrument being used as a vessel that contains light, resonance, spiritual mass, but it's really just the very fact that you are the projection of God looking back at you. It's not God trying to become you. It's us trying to become the illusion of I am source, I am God, I am creation. That we are a projection of illusion and that we can change in this moment, if we choose to change. But it's a choice to meditate. It's a choice to be dedicated to the craft. It's a choice to follow your highest alignment, to follow your direct correlation of who you are. So it's kind of like understanding that all of us are having our own experience, but all of us are similar in our own experiences in the way that we channel, in the way that we bring knowledge forth, in the way that we reflect the light of the Creator. But also, we have similarities, but all of us are different. And the reason for that is because if everybody was the same, and if this path was easy, then everybody would do it and they would pass with flying colors. But it's not like that, is it? It's not like that, because then we wouldn't have maturity and resonance and a healthy balance of giving and receiving and acclimating ourselves and adapting to our environment and trusting our talents in changing times. So I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. I meditated for a little bit today, but it was just kind of this pristine, crystal clear realization that we are an emptiness, we are a nothingness, that we are an illusion. And I've talked about it in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different terms, but I haven't talked about it in this way. So, and the reason for that is because of the very fact that when you're meditating, you're not meditating to forget about your day, you're not meditating to forget about whatever you experience, but you're meditating to stay there, to stay lifted in the highest love and service and Shekinah glory of God's source energy. That's why we meditate. It's not like we ground and forget and then we go back into the same patterns and the same configurations. But we meditate so that we can maintain that enlightened awareness that is us. So that we're there. And we're not over here, we're not over there, we're not losing our minds. But we're still here, and we're still God, and we're still reflecting source, and we're still looking at source in our own eyes. And that's what it is. That's the projection of illusion. That's all it is to see it not only within your heart, within your soul, within your expression, within your looks, within everything. Not everybody is the same, but in a sense we are. Nobody's really the same, but in a sense we all are one with love, with light, and wisdom, no matter what. So if you have the ability to just be like, asking Santa when you were a kid, or if you're just a person that's like, man, I just want $1,000 or $10,000 or $10 million. It doesn't matter what you ask for, but it's the very fact that you had the courage to ask for it. It's sometimes the thought, it's sometimes the intention and the energy. It's not about what it is. It could be very, very simple. a projection of illusion. It could be very simple. It could be just you and your wife having a better relationship. Your dreams and desires are not far away from you. We just put them on a pedestal. Yes, I do readings, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing a meditation actually really soon. But I do readings at 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern if you want to catch that live. But before we do this meditation, it doesn't matter what you ask for, but know it in your heart that it is real. You are reality. You are God. You are a projection of God. You are a projection of illusion. You are everything that's inside of yourself. And if you are so inward, the outward has no other ability but to change with you or wish you. I don't know why when I was channeling I was saying with and wish you at the same time. It's not flawless. Our imperfections are some of our most beautiful parts, our personality traits we don't like. The things that we actually despise about ourselves are the most beautiful things because they become our gifts. They become our transcendent gifts. But seeing yourself as a gift is seeing yourself like the rainbow. Whenever you see a rainbow come out of the sky, or it's going upward, or it's going this way, it doesn't matter what direction the rainbow is going in, or if it's a double rainbow. But when you see it, it activates something within you because you see it as a gift. You see it as transcendence. You see it as a gift. You see it as a gift that's been given to you. And then you receive it. And that's the beauty of projecting the illusion, because you are giving and receiving, my friends. You are giving and receiving. And then that's the beautiful energetic exchange that you get from that. So in that analogy, it's just a way to look at life. It's just a way to look at your love, look at your life, and look at yourselves in much beauty and majesty, and having this beautiful ceremony of living your life in a complete guided state of resonance. And allowing yourselves to do that. So, it's pretty cold out here. I actually took off my big jacket, and I'm kind of regretting it just a little. But it's not bad. I actually like the cold weather. But I want to get on here and do this quick meditation for you guys to really stimulate the senses. I feel like my galactic guides are going to come in. And with this meditation, I just want it to move you. I want it to allow you to relax. Allowing yourself to tap into your hearts with this meditation. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I don't know about that. They wouldn't like my psychic intuition. They wouldn't like me, I don't think. I think I would say a lot of stuff that would piss them off. Or I'd follow spirit and do this thing, and then it would make them mad. Yeah, I don't receive gifts anymore because I didn't put my tax information on TikTok. So I don't receive gifts, but I appreciate when people do that. It's very kind of you. But we're going to meditate, and we're going to reflect, and we're going to connect. So we're going to do this meditation real quick. And also, guys, you guys can book a private session with me. I have a 40-minute special for $80, 1 hour for $133, and 2 hours for $233. So we're going to do this meditation and connect. So as you're receiving this meditation, allow it to relax and soothe and to revitalize the senses. Remember yourselves in this moment as a projection of illusion, as a projection of God, allowing yourself to align to that and feel into the presence of the Almighty. Feel into the presence of that Shekinah glory. And allow the wisdom, the downloads, the frequencies, and the codes of Ashgar Command, the Galactic Federation of Light, the Intergalactic Council, to reprogram our minds, to reprogram our senses, to reprogram our vibration, and to allow ourselves to perceive this illusion. Allow it to activate something in you that is so great, is wondrous, is magical and miraculous and supernatural. It's supernaturally organic because it's autonomous in its nature. The reason why it's autonomous, it channels from its own source. It channels from its own love. It channels from its own distinction. And that there's no judgment, there's no right or wrong. It's a complete non-dualistic state. There's no hate. There's no imbalances. There's no agree to disagree because we're not trying to justify anything. But we see ourselves as divine, as an illusion of God, as an illusion of creation in this moment. And that's why it's so beautiful when you allow yourself to generate this illusion in this moment. And the white dragon from Orion is going to allow you to fly with him. Some of you are swimming with him, and some of you are just on a mountain with him. But he allows us to dare to dream, dare to be bold, and to have a deep sense of purification with this meditation. And Merlin also has his staff out, and he's standing with you on a mountain in a different time, in a different universe, but also pouring his love from his staff, his light codes, and allowing him to download the wisdom of the hidden realms and connecting you to your higher selves. And when you are a part of this meditation, project exactly what you want. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if the order is too high, or it's $1 million, or it's more love in your relationships, or breaking off a pattern in your life. No matter what it is, the order is not too tall. So dream big, ask for exactly what you want, and project it into this awareness so that it can have a complete activation with its own self. Have a complete activation of self, of self-worth, of self-love, of divinity in this moment. And see that time is not real. We are in the absence of time. So we're able to slow it down and speed it up as much as you can. And it's just coming into this ceremonious serendipity of a guided state of resonance. When you allow yourself to do this in this moment, you feel the essence of it. You feel the love of it. You feel the concentration of it. You feel the exact reason why you're here is to project your love, your peace, your honor, and integrity onto this planet. Then nothing can change that. But it's just you stepping in and showing up. And you don't have to necessarily do it like I do it every single day. But just doing it a little bit every day will get you into the right direction of resonance, of consciousness, of becoming source in human form. And feeling into that power and allowing that power to be something that you demonstrate. So when you give your essence, or you give your life to the divine, then you don't have to control anything, you don't have to manipulate anything, you don't have to fight, and you don't have to feel left out. You don't have to feel alone anymore. but you just fully embrace the very fact that you are the reflection, the image of I am God. I am consciousness. I am everything of my psychic intuition and guidance and resonance. And just basking in the glory of bliss. Allowing yourself to just take away everything that does not fit within your puzzle. We're all generating our own simultaneity, our own omnipresence, our own love. Do it your way. Be the way, the love, and the light, because that's what we are, really. The love, the life, the way, the guidance, the intuition, source. We are all that which we want to become in that moment. It is just the ability that in this moment, I completely and utterly, in overwhelming abundance, project the very nature of my own truth as a deliberate creator. And no matter what, I am that. I am that I am. And I am because you are. And you are because I am. And in this moment, just be it. Just do it. And just love yourself so much that you can't even contain all of it. Believe in the very fact that you can literally change your life with a decision, with an action, with an expression of the divine, with your words, with everything that you do and that you demonstrate, and setting yourself up as that example of source. And therefore, nothing can change that. If you just emulate the power, emulate the love, and emulate the light of the Oracle of Loveline Wisdom, completely channeling your guides, your higher selves, and your psychic atomic energy blended with being the intuitive investigator of creation. And this is where you blend and merge and shapeshift into the absolute reality. Fully embraced, fully in alignment. And it is the Shekinah glory of the acceptance of being that oracle. Everyone take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So yeah, that was the meditation, guys. It's getting a little dark. I had a feeling it was. But it's funny because my girlfriend has a snowman and a projector thing as well. So Thank you guys for taking part in the meditation. Thank you for experiencing it. And thank you for being a part of the lives. And I'm going to be going live tonight around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern, doing live readings, healings, activations. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. Hope to see you guys more and more. And until next time, this is White Wolf.